how to raise your credit score. The first thing is to pay bills on time. This is 35% of the score. So this is very important. The payment history is a big deal. So pay your debts. Credit card, loans, make sure that you are making a good payment history for them to look at. I always advocate for paying more than what is owed. Second thing is to make payments before the statement date. Pay the minimum due by the due date, but pay the rest before the statement date. Pretend your minimum is $50, but your balance is $500. Again, this is an example. So we pay the minimum by the due date, and then we pay the other $450 by the statement date. The minimum due by the due date, and then pay the rest by the statement date. So what is reported to the credit bureau will hike up your credit score because credit utilization has gone down by the statement date. Okay, so the next thing is to keep your balances below 50% of your limit. If you have a credit limit of $1,000, you want to keep it under $500. The next thing is to pay it off early. Anything that affects your credit, pay it off early. Pay whatever you can ahead. For credit cards, try to pay off monthly. Mix the types of credit. So there are revolving credit cards, and let's say you have a line of credit. So you can use it, pay it back, use it again, pay it back. That's what a revolving debt is. And then we have an installment debt, loans, car, real estate. So you want to mix these. You want to have maybe 2 loans, 2 credit cards, 1 loan, 1 credit card, but you don't want to have all of the same type of credit. The next thing to raise your credit score, do not close your credit cards. Pay them off. Do not use. Cut them up, but do not close them. Check your credit reports. Order all 3 credit reports once per year, just to make sure everything is correct. And if you paid something off, it shows that. Make sure, because you do need to fight it if something's wrong. Avoid too many inquiries. Ask for credit no more than 1 at a time, and 1 every 6 months. So what that means is, if you ask for too much credit, that's a red flag. So if you ask for 2 loans and a credit card in 3 months, that's going to be a red flag for a creditor. So you want to make sure that you are strategic and that you space out your request for credit. So multiple inquiries, too many inquiries, will drop your score. So like I said, you have to be kind of strategic with how you go about asking for new credit. So if you do happen to ask for, say, like 2 different credit cards in a span of 3 months, then make sure that you're not going to ask for any more in the next year or so, just to keep it balanced. Increase your credit limit. So you can call and ask and say, can I get that $1,000 card and make it a $2,000 card? And they may say yes. So that's good if they say yes. But then strategically, do not spend more. So now you have $2,000, but you're still only paying $1,000. So this $1,000 is always sitting there. That's 50%. And then we only spend the $1,000 and we've been paying that off already. So we know we can do that. So this requires discipline. But if you increase your credit limit and do not spend more on the card, that looks good for you. This one is somewhat risky, and you would have to have someone that really trusts you. So this is to become an authorized user, a card holder with good credit. You benefit from their score and length of credit. So just to go over these one more time, we want to make sure we're paying all of our bills on time. This payment history is 35% of the score. We want to make our payments by the statement date, the minimum by the due date, and the rest by the statement date in order to decrease our credit utilization by the time it's reported. We want to keep our balances below 50% of our credit limit. We want to pay things off early. Always pay more than you owe. We want to mix the types of credit we have. We want some revolving and we want some installment. So some credit cards and some loans, some real estate and a line of credit. Do not close your credit cards. That is a big mistake. How long you have it matters. How long have they been lending you money? That is what they're looking for. How long have you been steady with your payments? Are you a good risk or a bad risk? If you stick to these things, you will be considered a good risk because your score will be high. They want to see long-term everything, long-term payments, long-term, how long you've had cards or loans, how long you've been making the payments, how long you've had it, all of those things. It's all about length. So check your credit reports. Make sure that you check them at least once a year to make sure that there are no mistakes. Next is to avoid too many inquiries. Make it strategic. Make sure if you're asking 1 month, you're not asking the next month. Increase your credit limit. If you've had a card, say like for 6 months and it's $1,000 card, you can ask them to increase it to maybe 2 and only keep spending the 1,000. It just makes you look good to them. Authorized user on someone else's card. Again, this is very risky and requires great trust. A lot of this just requires patience and time. That's the thing about credit. It takes time to raise it up. And I believe a good score is 650 and up. How to raise your credit score? Let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe. Engaging regularly with your vision book can also spark innovative ideas and reveal new pathways to achieving your goals. This book is a catalyst to lasting change and attracting the positivity you need to invigorate and enlighten yourself. Don't forget to subscribe.